Well, hey everybody. I hope you're having a fantastic day so far today. I've just been getting prepared for this Saturday and our Saturday evening experience, and even contemplating last week's experience a little bit. And I gotta say, I love the coffee time. We gave some time during the service, just a little break to go grab yourself a coffee and all of that, and maybe say hi to someone you haven't said hi to. And I was just so thankful for that time, and I'm thankful that we're able to do that, and blessed by it, and blessed by the conversation. I hope you feel blessed as well. What a relaxing, fun, kind of evening together. And I look forward to this Saturday evening as we start our wisdom series. The first week is called What Was I Thinking? And this whole series is about making wise choices and wise decision. Where does wisdom come from? And we'll look at the wisdom pyramid and all that kind of thing. But it's interesting, isn't it, how in our world today we get all sorts of information either thrown at us, or we find it, all different types of ways and methods, and we see it on social media when you're scrolling through your feeds, or you get notified of something. There's all this pull to get information and get it quickly. And I love how, when I think of, maybe you remember your parents or grandparents, or before social media really kicked off, they sit down and you're reading a book or a newspaper. Like, we lived differently before this day and age, and there was a moment in time where we would digest information and do it properly. I had to remind myself, yeah, there was a time when in the evening, you could read a book, and what would happen when you read the book or read a couple chapters or whatever? You actually would contemplate what you were thinking for a little bit. You'd process it and digest it. And when you get information given to you, how do you process it? That's my question for you. Do you get information? Is it, you see someone's post on social media, somebody on Instagram, or shared this or shared that, and you're like, oh, but they're an Instagram influencer, or they've got this, but they're not an expert in the area. They're just sharing information, and it's quick information. I think, if you, depending on how you process it, you can actually determine whether you're being wise about what you feel is true or not to be true. And maybe you shouldn't be following the feeling. Maybe you should follow what is truth. And that is sort of what this series is all about. And so, yeah, if you get some sort of piece of information quickly thrown at you, and you walk away going, okay, yeah, I'm processing it. Yeah, that's exactly how I feel about this topic. That's exactly how I felt about this politician. That's how I felt about this situation. And you go off. Well, now you've taken the information, but have you actually digested it? You took it for what you wanted it to be. And it's funny how we do that in our world today. But there was a time when you'd read the information and you'd be kind of going, okay, I just read this book on this person who has a PhD in this area, and written several books on this topic, well-known author, well-known professor all around the world, and now I'm digesting all the different angles they have thrown at me, rather than having somebody who knows nothing about the topic just share someone's, picture with some words on it that kind of made me feel good about how I feel about certain situations. So if you can understand where we're going with this, I think there's some verses I wanted to share with you about wisdom. And so my version is the NLT, but Psalm 119, big chapter in the Bible, actually talks a lot about wisdom, and says this in verse 43: do not snatch your word of truth from me, for your regulations are not my only hope. I actually had other translations talking about, you create your own truth in this. Don't create your own truth. Find what the truth of God is. And if we flip over a couple pages now, and we're at verse 160, it says, the very essence of your words is truth, and all your just regulations will stand forever. I think if there's one thing that we can count on, something that has been proven time and time again to be trustworthy, something that we can lean on, it is what we call the Word of God. It is the Bible. We can actually trust in the Bible. Do we need to break down every single story and every situation and you can if you want to, but you can trust in this. You can trust that God had entrusted people to write this, and that his word comes alive, and that we have a solid foundation in him. So I want you to be encouraged with that this week as we enter into the weekend. God bless you. Hope you have a fantastic day, and we'll see you on Saturday evening.